Coming of Age is coming up next. I'm your host, Emily Echeverria. First today, we're discussing walk-in orthopedic care at Andrews Institute. Next, we're getting the scoop on fun summer events to add to your calendar with Visit Pensacola. Finally, we're talking functional medicine. What is it, and how can it improve the lives of older adults? Stay with us. Coming of Age starts right now. As we age, staying active and connected to community can sometimes become more challenging. But with Council on Aging of West Florida's broad range of home and community-based services, you can stay healthy, independent, and engaged in life. From Meals on Wheels and respite care to senior dining sites and the retreat, we provide the support and connection you need to age your way. Aging is a unique journey for everyone, and we're here to help you meet your needs and thrive while preserving what makes you, you. Since 1972, we've been a trusted advocate for elders and a support system for those who care for them. Now, let's dive into the age-related issues that matter most to you. Andrews Institute Ortho Walk-In Care is a fast, convenient way to receive quality orthopedic care without an appointment. When orthopedic injuries occur, quick evaluation and treatment are critical to your healing process. Here today to share more information with us about the clinic is Claire Hemphill and Christine Manrique. Thank you both for being here today.
Thanks for having us.
So tell me, what are your roles with the Ortho Walk-In Clinic?
I am the nurse practitioner in the clinic.
I'm the clinical practice manager that oversees operations.
Gotcha. And when did the clinic open?
So we opened just this past year, mid-January, and started slowly, and we're starting to ramp up, so we're trying to get out to the community to let them know about our services.
Wonderful. So what are the services that you provide? And then what are the services that you don't provide?
We treat most musculoskeletal injuries, including fractures, sports injuries, sprains, joint pain, arthritis, pretty much everything. What we don't typically treat are open fractures, large lacerations, anything that would usually take you through the ER, multi-system injuries, podiatry issues, things like that.
Gotcha. So walk us through what a typical visit would look like.
So after you check in at our clinic, we send you over to our on-site x-ray, and we x-ray the affected body part or body parts. And then you come back to the clinic where your visit with me begins, and we go through your x-rays, your physical exam, and then make a treatment plan based on what's appropriate. Then typically we have you see one of either our surgeons or our non-surgical sports medicine physicians, depending on your injury and need.
Gotcha. So who is most likely to benefit from the clinic?
I think the entire community, athletes, older population, even just folks out and about on vacation. We see a lot of folks down here from, all over the country vacationing at the beach that step off a curb, or they have something that happens that doesn't necessarily need to go to the ER, but does need to be addressed pretty promptly.
And so what is the difference between this walk-in clinic and, say, an urgent care? Because I'm sure there is a little bit of confusion about when to go to one, when to go to the other.
So with our ortho walk-in, we're really concentrating on acute injuries, things that just happen. Sometimes we'll get patients that have been having like back pain or knee pain for several months, and we'll see that. But we generally stick to the orthopedic system, so muscles and bones. With urgent care, some patients might have an ingrown toenail, so it's not exactly what we see. Or they, if it's the sniffles, you have a cough or cold, we encourage you to continue to go to urgent care versus coming to our ortho walk-in. We are a specialty visit, so unlike urgent care, you don't sometimes, if you have a HMO insurance, you don't necessarily need to see, if you have an HMO insurance, you might need to get a referral from your PCP if you're coming to see us, whereas urgent care, you're able to go without a referral.
Gotcha. So, well, that brings me to what insurances you do accept.
So we take almost all commercial insurances, Medicare, Medicaid, and we're even credentialed with TRICARE. If you do have an HMO or a Medicaid, those usually require an authorization or referral from a from your primary care, and we're happy to see those patients. We would just have to get those referrals first.
Okay, so if somebody has that kind of insurance, they would have to contact their regular physician first to get that referral to go to the clinic versus
Absolutely.
just walking in.
Yep.
Gotcha. So tell me of the basics. What are the hours of operation? Where are you located?
So we're at the main Andrews Institute in Gulf Breeze, 1040 Gulf Breeze Parkway in Suite 203. We operate Monday through Friday. Our hours vary a little bit on Friday, so Monday through Thursday we go from 9 to 4, and then on Fridays from 9 to 1.
Gotcha. And so what ends up being the sorts of injuries that you are treating? So I was talking to you earlier about my sister. She thought she pulled something. She was doing some karaoke's, the fitness warm-up move. What do the sorts of things you're treating end up being?
Anything from sports injuries to accidents like that. We also see acute flares of joint pain with people that have underlying arthritis. So it really goes across the board. We see, high school athletes to grandpa and grandma that have an acute issue that we can address.
So it might be something like an arthritis flare-up or joint pain, and that's something that maybe has been going on, but when it kind of flares up to the point where they feel like they have to go somewhere, instead of the ER, they come to you.
Yes.
Gotcha. And what else do you want people to know about when it's appropriate to come to the Ortho Walk-In Clinic?
We're happy to evaluate you at any time. That being said, your treatment plan kind of will be dictated on the acuity of what's going on. If it's something that needs to be addressed immediately, we do work very hard to try and get you same day, next day, or same week advanced imaging appointments with our surgeons. If it's something that, upon exam we can have a good feeling that it needs to be addressed sooner rather than later. The good thing about our clinic too is that we can also, if it's something that needs to be addressed early, we can kind of work with the other physicians at Andrews to get you in an appropriate amount of time.
Gotcha. And do you have other imaging available other than x-rays?
We do have an MRI machine at our facility as well.
Okay, wonderful. And how can people contact you?
So they can call us directly on our line 448-227-7225. You can also find us on Google, and you can also look at the andrewsinstitute.com website to find us. We have patients come in and walk in, so you don't need an appointment. There is an easy schedule online through andrewsinstitute.com and baptisthealthcare.com, where you can get onto easy schedule and make an appointment online with Claire. And that kind of prioritizes some patients, but a majority of our patients just come right in, walk in without an appointment.
Perfect. Well, this is a great resource for the community. I'm glad you're here.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for having us.
Thank you. Stay tuned. We're making summer plans with Visit Pensacola next.
Navigating healthcare is hard. Baptist makes it better. With convenient locations, easy scheduling, and skilled, compassionate doctors, all when you need us most. The next time you need care, let Baptist make it better. Baptist Healthcare.
The Reesburg Institute, Pensacola's ear, nose, throat, and voice center. We welcome you to visit us at our convenient Davis Highway location in Pensacola. At the Reesburg Institute, we offer the most advanced treatment available in a calm, stress-free environment. Since 2014, we've performed over 1,000 cases in office of balloon sinus surgery, as well as septoplasty and nasal procedures using oral sedation. The in-office procedures result in a faster healing time. Visit us and feel the difference.
Animal Allies is looking for volunteers, and there are many ways that you can help. From taking care of cats to using your computer and social media skills, any and all assistance is greatly appreciated. We have morning and afternoon shifts every day or help at adoption events. You can even foster a kitty at home. And it counts towards community service hours for bright futures. Find Animal Allies Florida on Facebook and Instagram, or go to aaflorida.org/volunteer.
Keeping your family healthy can be complicated. Baptist makes it better with trusted primary care doctors for the whole family and trusted specialists at convenient locations throughout the region ready to care for you. All when you need us most. Let Baptist make it better. Baptist Healthcare.
The Pensacola area is more vibrant than ever, with an array of special events and fun activities happening any given day throughout the summer. Here to break it all down for us and preview some happenings that will be of special interest to older adults is Lindsay Stuck-Jackson with Visit Pensacola. Thanks for being here, Lindsay.
Thanks for having me.
So first of all, tell us what your role is with Visit Pensacola.
Absolutely. So I'm a marketing communications manager, but broken down, that means that I get to share all of the wonderful people, stories, and places with the world and locals alike.
Great. And what are some of the exciting things happening this summer that older adults especially might want to take advantage of?
Yeah, so I'm super proud. visitpensacola.com/events. We have one of the most robust event calendars in the area. For anybody listening too, you can also submit events there for free. So it's got a wide variety for a lot of different audiences. So I like to always first kind of touch on those reoccurring events because those are things where you're like, I know they're gonna happen. I'm a person, I love to plan my fun. I think that's great care for yourself because life is worth living. Bands on the Beach is every Tuesday night on Pensacola Beach at Casino Beach. There's also ongoing Blue Angel practices. So that's on most Tuesdays and Wednesdays. You can go on to the website for those official dates, but those are every week at about 10:30 in the morning. And there's a lot of different places to see those. One of my favorites is actually to do it on the Pensacola Bay City Ferry. It's air conditioned, so if you're going out in the summer, it's great to have a little bit of, that a little more enjoyable climate.
Yes, definitely.
But it's also our only accessible, boat to watch it. So it's a really neat, if you have someone that is differently able, maybe wheelchair bound, has some mobility issues, it's a really nice way to enjoy such a wonderful attraction. And from such a different point of view, I think a lot of people are they've maybe seen it on the flight line at the NAS Museum, which is a wonderful place to do it, by the way. But I think seeing it from the bay offers such a different vantage point. So those are two really great ongoing events throughout the summer that they can attend.
And that is one of those things where it's like, if you've lived here a long time, you will forget how special it is to see the Blue Angels at all. And then to be able to see them from our ferry boat, that's an incredible opportunity, definitely something I have on my list for this summer.
Yeah.
So tell us about some of those mainstay Pensacola attractions that people look forward to through the summer. I know those were two of them for sure.
Yeah, and of course those are event-based. I always love to point people toward the Gulf Islands National Seashore in Fort Pickens. Of course, the big milestone this year is America 250, and we're running this really fun campaign called From the 1500s with Love, and that's actually where we lean into our destination's history. We were founded in 1559. We are America's oldest settlement, so we've put together some wonderful resources, self-guided tours off of our already here attractions. So whether you're going into the Pensacola History Museum and seeing DeLuna's ship anchor pulled right from Pensacola Bay, you could also do the America's First Settlement Trail. So that's a free 3-mile self-guided walking trail, and it's extremely easy to do. It's, just a nice line or paved brick line through downtown Pensacola. It's a great way to, again, kind of see our nation's history. But then we also have some longer form content. So if you're a lifelong learner and you're like, I want to learn more about Pensacola's role in American history, we've been working with the Florida Public Archaeology Network to put together some resources, Historic Pensacola Trust. So those are easily accessible on our website. And kind of back to Historic Pensacola Village, a lot of attractions in Pensacola are really low cost or they're free entry. So Historic Pensacola Village is $12 for adults. That's a 7-day ticket. The Naval Aviation Museum, that's a free attraction. A lot of our art museums downtown, a free attraction. So there's just so many things, especially I think in summer, especially for this audience, they're gonna wanna beat the heat. So whether it's getting in a museum, it could be taking a creative class, things like that. There's a lot to do to beat that summer heat.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of downtown, tell us a little bit, for anyone who maybe hasn't been downtown in a while, what has changed, what's new downtown?
Yeah, so first and foremost, I hope people super appreciate our downtown. We're the only destination between Mobile and Jacksonville, so that's all of Northwest Florida with a walkable historic downtown. And that just really is at the core of our community. all those local friendships and that Southern hospitality, but it's all those things to do, those local restaurants, those attractions. So first and foremost, I'm so proud that we have that and that we get to enjoy that as locals. Second, the city of Pensacola just completed a $10 million Main Street renovation. So if you're new to downtown, you haven't been in a while, you're gonna see gorgeous streetscapes. It's more accessible. That was a huge driver of everything, was updating the utilities and the accessibility. On top of that, they widened the sidewalks. So if you love that fresh air, that patio dining, there's more space for walks, for dining, for those patio drinks, for enjoying time with loved ones. So to me, it is just stunning to go down there. And two, the city's helped making it accessible as well as far as parking. They're leaving parking free through October, and then it's also very low cost from there through the city of Pensacola. So there's a lot of online resources to help you navigate that.
I saw when they first opened and you could walk down the middle of Palafox. Yeah. It's glorious, it's beautiful, and it is more than this amazing cosmetic update. It's that ADA accessibility, and those widened sidewalks make a huge difference. So what about for older adults that maybe want to be a little more involved, that they want to give back of their time and be involved with these organizations and events?
Absolutely. So, hospitality and tourism is such a large industry in Pensacola, and we have several attractions and businesses locally that offer volunteer programs and docent programs. I know specifically, I believe the Pensacola Lighthouse has a docent program, as does the Pensacola Museum of Art. So you can go in there, lend your time. They also have a lot of other volunteer programs, so I'd encourage you to look on our website, see kind of what's for you. I know everybody has different interests. It could be history, it could be art, it could be public safety, things like that, and reaching out to those larger organizations, because oftentimes they love having people that are dialed in and want to serve.
Yeah, absolutely. So how can people find out about everything going on in Pensacola? They just want to get the big picture.
Yeah, visitpensacola.com is the place to start. And as I kind of said earlier, while yes, visit is in our name, we are for our locals as well. We're what we like to say the destination experts. So on visitpensacola.com, that's where you're going to find anything you need to know about things to do in Escambia County. We have curated itineraries. We have a free calendar of events. We have, a wonderful app, lots of resources. So we have a wonderful blog that actually is specific to older adults for activities in the Pensacola Bay Area and things to do. If you have family visiting and you're trying to look at multi-generational activities, we have great activities for that. We have lodging suggestions. If you're like, I want to have my house nice and quiet when my family is visiting. We have great lodging partners throughout Escambia County, so a lot to do at visitpensacola.com.
Wonderful, and it's great to be a tourist in your own town. I think you offer us that opportunity, so thank you so much.
Thank you very much for having me today.
Up next, we're discussing the intersection of functional medicine and fitness. Stay with us.
I don't know why you're so sad. You've got a roof over your head.
Bro, you gotta stop with that depression stuff. That's a white people thing.
Escúchame, en esta casa los hombres no lloran.
You all right?
It just feels like it's coming from everywhere.
Do you want to talk about it?
Thanks for hearing me out, bro. Appreciate it.
You can talk to me if you're feeling sad.
Whenever you need to talk, I'm here, okay?
¿Qué color? Perfecto, mijo.
Gracias. Thank you.
What's wrong, mijo?
Donating to a pet's medical care is one of the many ways you can help families in your community. Pets and people belong together. Learn more at petsandpeopletogether.org.
Functional medicine and performance improvement might sound like the vocabulary of professional athletes, but these are actually part of an integrated healthcare approach that is beneficial to patients of all ages. For older adults, functional medicine combined with fitness can greatly improve quality of life. Here to tell us more is Dr. Valerie Savelli and Michelle Downey. Thank you both for being here.
Thanks for having us. This is wonderful.
Yeah, I'm glad to have you here to talk to us about this amazing new facility. And first, tell me about your backgrounds.
Well, I started in primary care. I was also subspecialized in elderly care, so anybody 65 plus, and seeing patients, clients in that setting. They're older, right? Their bodies have gotten 70s, 80s, 90s. They've made it past that window of lifespan that a lot of people, around average in the 70s that people live, but quality was missing. The quality of life, their ability to travel, they're retired, they have time, but they're not healthy. Gotcha. So that impacted me as the doctor, and I said, I want to do better. I feel like there's 1 million meds on everyone's list, and I'm treating a symptom for another symptom that is caused by a medication, and it's like we want to get the weight off, but then they can't even really move. So that cycle led me to functional medicine, because being fit to me is living well, and that's everything. So that really is the underlying driving force for me, that vitality.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, people talk about lifespan, but then they talk about health span.
Yes, yeah.
And I have been a rehabilitative nurse in acute care rehab for most of my career. So working with people after they've had spinal cord injuries, strokes, amputations, things like that, helping them with their ADLs, IADLs. And now I'm working with Dr. Savelli.
Awesome.
It's a beautiful
support
world.
System, director of nursing.
And tell me about the Fitology facility.
Well, the concept and our slogan is really integrated wellness. So on the first floor, it's the Wellness Club. There's a bunch of different AI machines that you can sit into. So there's not a lot of heavy lifting if you're older. You're able to just sit down, you scan your RFID, and then the whole machine just adjusts to you. So it's already easier.
Yeah.
But don't worry, you're going to still do the work. So you follow it's almost a video game. So you watch this little thing and you have to make it, your reps are, you're watching your reps on the screen. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of a guided exercise.
It's like responsive.
Yes, and interactive. So I think that already helps. My mom goes, she's there every single day.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and she's getting stronger. So you build a muscle on the first floor. Second floor is me and our team. And we have a lab, so Quest, it's a public service center. If anybody wants to get blood work done, come on in. We always have our team is there Monday through Friday, close for lunch, but that's about it. So yeah, you can do that. We have a procedure room, consultation room, and then a DEXA room. So we can really track that change. And yeah, my family is in there too.
Yeah,
I'm tracking their change.
Awesome. We also offer a lot of modalities: hyperbaric chamber, red light infrared therapy, cryobeds, dry float bed, Nordatec boots, lymphatic body drainage. So
wow,
and more to come.
Wonderful.
Spend all day.
Yeah, it seems like you're really good.
Yeah.
Well, so what exactly is functional medicine? When we talk about functional medicine, what are we talking about?
Well, I guess I shall take this one. So it is really a proactive approach to your health. So if you are wanting to interact with your kids or travel, and you're really looking into what does the last 2 decades of my life look like, what's my performance, what's the mental work, how much clarity do you have, how's your mood, that incorporates hormones and muscle and a lot of other things that comes with aging otherwise. So it's intervening and preventing any of those declines that we typically expect to see.
Yes, and it's, people think, oh, this is just getting older, but no, you can have interventions for all these different systems and looking at it as a whole, right?
Yes.
This is kind of the main.
I never use that language.
Well,
it's just age, it's just getting older.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what sorts of challenges are you seeing older patients come in with?
So just being able to stand up out of your chair without your hands. So that is essentially a vital sign. So being able to sit to stand, walk to and from, make your own breakfast, like you said, the ADLs, IADLs, that's medical speak for just do things for yourself. So that independent living that's really the target. So being able to keep people walking, and even, you know, whenever I see a new patient and I see their gait pattern, if they're kind of a side wobbler, that's a sign of aging. Or if there's a lack of the hand movement, sign of aging. A lot of weight distribution, that's a future problem. So those are things that we talk about and address.
Gotcha. And that kind of tells you like how much you're able to do as far as like the activities that you do to enjoy life, to, you know, can you pick up your grandkid? Can you put a suitcase in an overhead compartment to travel?
Right.
So what's an example of an activity an older adult might be facing a challenge with, and how would you go about addressing it?
Maybe our first patient, I have him in mind. He really did have trouble getting down, like to hang out with his grandkids. I mean, I really picture him. He wants to do well. He is motivated. He is like most of our patients. They say, I eat healthy, I live healthy, but just kind of breaking up what that definition is a part of what we do. But in his case, you have to strengthen the muscles that require you to bend down and then to stand back up so you're not stuck on the floor.
Right, right. And how can people get in contact with you if they are wanting to check this all out?
Do you have our number memorized?
850-999-9557.
I'm so proud of you. Or visit our website, www.fitologylife.com.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for letting us know about this amazing new facility.
Thank you so much, Emily. Yes, you guys come see us.
And thank you for watching. Until next time, enjoy life. You've earned it.